Hi, I'm Faith Zimmerman. I am an architect and I have a practice with my twin sister Hope, and we've been doing this for 27 years. We've been relatively successful with it now. And when I first heard of Paula, I was, my life was good by most people's standards, even by my standards. I was married. I've been married for 28 years. I get to work with my sister. We get to transform people's lives. I, feel like my life has been blessed. But I always felt like there was this little piece missing, just didn't feel like it was everything I knew it could be and everything I wanted it to be. Something that the spark, there was just something that wasn't there. And when I saw some of Paula's stuff, it just made me kind of yearn for that. When I joined Paula's program, one of the big things that I learned is that I always operate from here, from my head. And I really needed to learn how to operate more from here, from my heart, to really trust myself, go with my intuition, listen to my heart, and really do it the way that it works for me, which isn't necessarily exactly the same way it will look for somebody else. I always felt like I needed permission from the rest of the world, from my husband, from wherever, to do things. And I learned that that permission could only come from me, from my heart, from within. And it's not that, oh, I don't care what anybody else thinks, or I'm disconnected from other people. In fact, I feel more connected, but I'm not looking for validation, I guess, from others outside of me, because I know and I fully feel that I am enough. Me is, it's what I am, and that it's perfect, it's fine. And, not that we don't still strive to be better, and always learn what we like more, what we want more. But I don't feel like I'm struggling so much. It's more, minor course adjustments and that kind of thing, but that I'm really at peace with myself. Things seem so much easier. It's like flow and ease. And in my personal life, in my business, definitely, I was working a lot of hours, and one of the things I really wanted to do was incorporate more self-care into my life. And I am working less hours, but our business hasn't suffered at all. If anything, we're doing even better than we already had. I've changed my definition of success. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be, I'm always working. I'm always striving. I'm not lazy. I'm taking care of myself. I smile when I come to work. It's like, I get to meditate at 2:00 in the afternoon in my conference room if I want to. And, to have that, and it's like, okay, I didn't get $5,000 this week, but okay, well, maybe I'll get it next week, and not really worrying about it so much, and not gauging my success just by somebody else's standards. Obviously, we're in a very masculine dominated industry, but we're coming from the heart, and very few architects do that. And it is so resonating with our clients, or the people who it resonates with become our clients, where, they want to work with us. They said, I could tell how much you love what you do, and that's why I had to work with you. And it's like awesome. They feel like we really get them and we understand them, and coming from the heart instead of from the head, it's just huge. And it makes the business easier, but it also makes our clients appreciate us so much more. How you gauge your success is almost always from here. It's the money, it's all of these benchmarks, and it's not I just feel so awesome. I feel light, I feel ease. Yeah, when I was thinking about doing the program, it just was so appealing to me. I totally was like, oh, this would be awesome. But then it's like, oh, but I have to tell my husband that I'm spending some of our money on it. I had to at least get him to acknowledge that, since we don't have separate money, that I'm spending some of our money on just me. And so one of the things that this whole program uh, did for me was, okay, I'm worth it to do this for me. I can spend things that aren't necessarily going to the household or to whatever, that it can be just for me, totally for me. And it doesn't have to always be, it'll make my husband's life better, or it'll make my kids' life better at the same time. It could be just for me. I just feel like I'm in such an awesome place right now that it's that I wouldn't have been if I hadn't done that 9-month journey. Just the last thought, that recognizing how much it's an inside job, just how so totally important that is, and just the allowing and living with ease and with flow. It's just so much better of a way to live, coming from your heart rather than your head. It's just so awesome. And I thank Paula for that every day, because it just makes my life so much better. I did a 5-degree shift to get just the most amazingly differently awesome results. So thank you, Paula.